Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Algebra, back to you, coming live and direct from an off-site studio today. I'm out in California trying to learn a little bit, trying to become a little bit better of a teacher for y'all, so when I come back, we can do things like this video in real life. Big idea for today is we're going to be talking about one variable story problems. I've held off giving you story problems all semester for these type of moments, where we have all the tools that we need to solve them. Now it's about learning how to go backwards, set them up, and actually use it for a purpose. Today, when we talk about one variable story problems, we're talking about all linear equations. But for some of them, you're going to need to pay close attention to some of the fine details, some of the nuances in the speech that I give you. The way that the problem is written. Sometimes it's the difference between having a positive answer and a negative answer. Sometimes it's the difference between having a huge number and a small number. You have to pay very close attention to what I'm giving you, some of the key words. So let's go ahead and get started. First example today. 21 more than a number. I think most of you guys are thinking pretty easy, pretty quick, that you should just do 21 plus x. I have no problem with that. But here's what I want you to think about. When I say 21 more than, it's going to be really beneficial for us to change the order. I want you to make this thing say x plus 21. When I write out the words more than or less than, you need something there for a comparison. Something else had to have already been in the situation before I can bring this new thing. So whenever I say the word than, this is a really big deal. Than means after. More is obvious, but the than part says you are going to do your addition after something else already happened. Let me give you another example. 17 less than. 3 times the number. What that says to me again is that I'm going to be doing subtraction, but that subtraction needs to be happening after I do 3 times the number. It's an order of operations type thing. This should say 3x minus 17. A lot of people might have said that this was 17 minus 3x, but those can be very different answers. Depending upon what the value of x really is, you could have something that makes absolutely no sense. Gotta pay attention to the key words in there. How about 22 is 14 less than some number? I definitely gave you that less than relationship again. And this is where it starts to matter. There's a very big difference between x minus 14 versus 14 minus x. The value of that x variable would change dramatically if it was put out of order. So again, I'm telling you this needs to happen after. But what I also brought to this new problem is the word is. And the word is means equals. The first two problems, neither one of those had an equal sign. But this one does. It should say 22 equals 14 less than some number. which is absolutely solvable. So looking at these things with one single variable, it should be a little bit easier for you to remember that than means after. So what are some of the other words to look out for? Well, let me tell you. There are words for addition, there are words for subtraction, there are words for multiplication, and there are words for division. All of the operations have some type of word and some type of phraseology that's going to work. But the important ones you probably already know. Sum, added to, combine. Those are all words that go with addition. Difference, between, those are words that talk about subtraction. Or minus, however you want to say it. I'm going to throw in less there too. Multiplication, the words are product, times, by, or of. Those are talking about multiplication. And then finally we can talk about the quotient, shared, split, evenly. These things are all talking about division. So what I want you to start to notice is that these words can be used more than once in a problem. You can have any type of combination, but no matter what, you are trying to uncover what is the full story telling you. Let's try another one. 16 is added to the product of 4 and a number. The result is 24. What is the number? There we go. That's plenty of information for you to try and figure this problem out. But we gotta take it slow. We gotta go through the key words, the each small individual part to this whole problem. Is added to. How are you going to add it if there's nothing there? You've got to have something to add it on to. It's just like that more than and less than conversation from earlier. If you see added to, there needs to be something there already. It says the product of 4 and a number. Product of 4 and a number, 4x. Product means multiply. Finally, it says the result is 24. This is represents your equal sign. Easy enough to set up, even easier to solve. X is going to be 2. A bush grows at 4 feet per 5 months. It started as a 3-foot sapling. How long before it is? I don't know. 27 feet tall. So one of the big things here is that you see the word per. I didn't give it to you as a key word before. When we talk about per, that's a key indication that I'm talking about slope or division. It is automatically a fraction. So I use the word slope on purpose. When I say the word slope, you should start thinking about straight lines. You should think about graphing. You should think about things like y equals mx plus b. And that's exactly what I was shooting for in this. I'm giving you a slope, and I'm giving you a value to start with. Your slope says 4 over 5, and the x is always connected to the slope. Your starting point was 3. 3-foot sapling. I want to know, when is it going to be 27? Again, this is not that bad to set up. It's even easier to solve. Your answer for this particular problem is oh man, I'm tired. I don't know if you guys could hear that yawn or not, but it kind of knocked me all the way out of my rhythm. Your answer for x this time is 6. No, I lied. 30. What you have for homework tonight is a worksheet. Coach Shelton is going to give it to you. You are going to be filling in one variable's equations. I put the answers on the back of the homework, but those are literally the answers to every problem, not the original setup. When I come back on Monday and you are turning this in along with the work from tomorrow, which is 2 variables at the same time, you need to have an equation set up for every single problem. If you don't put an equation, you will not get credit. Earlier this week, I gave you homework day before a test. 1 out of 12 people had that homework finished. Unacceptable. We got to do better than that. Story problems are hard, especially when you're not practicing. So make sure that you take your time, you actually do the work, and when I come in on Monday, you have some questions to ask me. You'll be seeing another video tomorrow to talk about 2 variables, but in the meantime, peace.